Hi everyone, Paul Morbid of Morbid Team Entertainment and Bolex Repair Philippines. Today we're going to show you how to test a Fujica Single-8 ZC1000. Okay, so first things first, and that is the batteries and the battery compartment. The batteries that are to be used are alkaline. How do you know that they're alkaline? It will read on the package or on the battery itself that they are alkaline. Do not use carbon batteries, only alkaline. So first, let's take a look at the battery compartment. The battery compartment is located here at the end of my pencil eraser. There is a small, and I'll show you. If yours still has it, or the one that you're going to buy has it, or if the sellers, you can see this. If one still has it that you're selling, it will read a little sticker, adhesive label that reads push, right? So you simple push on that there, just like that, where my thumb is, push, and bring this forward. And out comes this part of your battery compartment, okay? Next, we'll need to unscrew this flathead screw here, okay? So let's get started on that. Alright, so nothing surprising here. We'll go through it anyway, for those of you who are unfamiliar. By the way, this is plastic, so when you tighten it back, don't tighten it too much at all in order not to crack anything. Alright, it doesn't need to be overly tight. Alright. See if it's going to come out now. Alright, there we go. Now mine has a little bit of corrosion in it, and I've started working on that. Alright, but I want you to see with the corrosion that it has in it, around in here, and I've started flaking some of that off with a diamond file. Okay, so I've been flaking some of that off, and the camera does work so far with no problem. Alright. So here and here is your battery compartment. I've got some corrosion down in here just a touch. See at the end of my pencil eraser. And I've been sticking the streak down in here and working that out just like so. And so far it's worked really well. So batteries, everything reads here. The diagram at the end of my pencil eraser. Okay, alkaline batteries again. Positive up, negative up, turn it around, the lint off, positive up, negative up. Got this little indentation here, and that must match with the indentation here. There is a screw, for those of you who do not know, in the center, at the end of my pencil eraser. And that needs to go with this screw here. So let's get that in there. Line everything up. It's a bit spring-loaded, if you will. Okay. And you need to start screwing this down. Make sure everything is level and that you don't strip this. That is the only fairly tedious part of this part of the camera. Alright. So it seems level. Alright. That seems good enough. Okay. So now that we've got that, turn the camera around. Back to this area. The push part reads here, then my pencil eraser reads down. We're going to just slide this inside. Just like that. Okay, moving on. Okay, next on the reverse side of the camera, what you have are some features. I'm going to make sure you can test those. Have the seller just simply for the shutter opening control. You really won't be able to tell anything that much really, but Just have them pull this out like that. You'll see it extends the silver part. I'll do it again. Just push it in. That's to lock it. Pull it straight out, and you'll see it extends the silver part. And you can open and close it to do fade ins and fade outs. You can just make sure it moves, it's not rusted, that type of thing. Okay? Then push it back in to lock it open. Okay? Here you have forward and reverse. This is for doing your fade ins and fade outs. So if you're on forward, the film will roll forward, okay? Reverse for R, it'll run reverse. Do fade ins and fade outs. We'll take a look at that feature closer in just a moment, just to test it. Okay, run. That's for making the camera go, basically. Lock, that's so that when it's in lock, you've got film in it, and if someone happens to press this, or if it's for some reason you press the shutter button, no film will be wasted. Okay? Again, for those who don't know. Alright, so we can take that off of lock. Alright. Here's your meter counter. So when you've got film in here and you're filming, this will spin. This is your frames per second control, and I'm set to 18, and it goes all the way up to 72, which is extremely nice. There are a lot of nice features, beautiful features about this model that is very, very attractive to many filmmakers. If you're not in a Single-8, this is a model you want. It really, really is. And this is the way you want to test it with the seller before you buy, to make sure everything operates. Down here is an external motor. Again, as I have said before, I have not seen the accessory that goes on here. I would like to. I'd like to have one. But what happens is essentially, obviously something attaches right here for some sound. If you look really close, this is going to spin right here, okay? Alright. And this camera is heavy, by the way. That's why my hand's shaking. Okay? So, this is threaded. It screws back on. Keeps all of the elements, dust out of there. Very, very helpful. Okay, so again, this is set to run on F for forward, and let me show you about that and how to test the torque of the motor. So let's flip this over. Alright, so you want to open the door, and again, for those who don't know, this knob, flip it up. This is mainly for sellers. And this model opens from top to bottom. Okay, so what you do is you take it and you pull it straight down. And there you go, okay? And what you can do is you can test the torque of these spindles. Okay? So, here's a shutter button down here. This button here at the end of my pencil eraser. This is what makes the camera go, sellers. Alright, put my thumb there, and I can ever so lightly but firmly put my finger, if you don't have a film cartridge and it looks like this, take your finger, put it there, and if that spindle spins and still rubs against your finger, then more than likely it's going to advance the film through this cartridge right here, okay? And that's what you want. That's the main thing, okay? Alright, you also want the seller to make sure and send you photos of the film compartment here and this pressure plate to make sure that there's no rust. And also right here, no rust, no corrosion. Okay? Moving on. So if you want to make this go in reverse for the R, simply slide it up to R, just like that. We'll look at the other side. turn this around and we will open the door. Flip it up, push in, turn down, and now, again, whoops, your thumb on the shutter for here, which is down here at the end of my pencil eraser. Press that, put your finger up here. It's going to go in the reverse side, reverse action, ever so firmly but lightly. If it works, if it does that, it's generally going to advance film. You're going to be good. Okay? Next. Okay, another way to test the torque of the motor of this camera is if you have a film cartridge, the Single-8 film cartridge, alright? Take yourself a marker. Mark on the film right here. Okay? Just like that. And follow the little hand when loading this. So if you'll notice the little hand right here, the finger. Okay, this is a pressure plate. This little device right here. Okay, the film needs to go in between this. So really it's going to be self-working. Just take this and put it in just like that, and you'll see how it just easily goes in there. Okay. And you'll see how the film goes right through beyond the pressure plate. Okay? Take a little push, make sure it's secure. You'll notice this little dot at the bottom. Okay? And it's very good for that because when you close this door, push in, turn towards the right, take a good look at this little window right here. Okay, and that cartridge has a dot on it. So if you take your thumb over here to the shutter button, you can watch this spin right here inside this window. Now you're going to see if the film advanced. Okay. Pull this straight out, and as you can see, there's no more green. That's gone, so that's good. That's what you want. Your film has advanced, and you're ready to film. Have your seller send you a video just like this, and you can send this video to your seller. So if your seller gives you a question of telling you, hey, I don't know how the camera works, well, now they know how to send you a video just like this and test it. Okay? And basically, there's one more thing, and it is probably the best feature of this camera, I would say. It is such a good, beautiful feature. And let's get into that. And here's the feature that is so beautiful, it'll make you definitely an instant fan of this Single-8 camera. Interchangeable C-mount. Again, my hands are shaking because this camera is really heavy. There you go. And what you want to do, you want to have the seller unscrew this and take a look on the inside of this lens to make sure the mount is not corroded or have any fungus. If it has light fungus, you can clean that off. And the camera body, make sure everything is clean here. Okay? Alright, and essentially that is it. Do contact me at the social media outlets provided on the screen, and remember, as always, do subscribe. Until next time, see ya!